Hey tubers, he's back. Yeah, as you can tell, it's not a pickup video again. It is another mini collection, and by mini collection, I'm focusing on the Xbox 360 imports. Not my entire Xbox 360 collection, because I've got my Xbox 360 collection is probably about half the size of the PS3 collection, so it's probably about 400 odd titles. And I'm not going to go through them because, again, like I said, with a PS3 collection, it's not particularly exciting, is it? But what I will do is focus on my Xbox 360 imports, and so I've got quite a few goodies to show you. One import is not an exclusive; it's a NTSC American import box set of Prey, which comes with I think one or two little miniature figures of with principal characters and stuff. That's somewhere over there, but I can't find it. I'm not going to spend hours just looking for that box set, but I do have one other import which comes to my memory, which is not here to show you guys, unfortunately. Yeah, I do have a lot of shooters, a lot of Japanese shooters as well to show on the 360, which is cool. But just for people's own benefit, you don't have to import games to get decent shooters on the 360, because we did get a few good ones in PAL territories. We got the Under Defeat, which I do have on the 360, but I can't find it. But it's not like it's not like an exclusive. And we got these. We got Dodonpachi Resurrection Deluxe Edition, great game. Death Smiles Deluxe Edition, another great game. And probably the best out of the lot, Akai Katana, which is like Red Sword. Yeah, this is a brilliant shooter, and like I said, you can get these in PAL territories. They're not silly money compared to the Japanese imports. So if you like your bullet hells, you've got options in this country. Some of these bullet hell shooters games I've got do play. They do play on UK Xbox 360s. Some don't. So I would recommend getting a modded Xbox 360 anyway, especially for when you consider if you want to play a few imports from the States and Japan. I do have a couple of European exclusives. There are quite a number of European exclusives, but they're also on the PS3, and I showed a lot of those in my last video, so check that out, guys. But one which I also got on the PS3 is Battle Chess. And this comes in a cardboard sleeve. I'm not sure if it comes with anything else in the box, but I don't know. But it's quite a cool chess game. It's not expensive. It's a European game. And another one is this European Xbox Live game, which is got Lumen's Live, Geometry Wars 2, which is a good shooter, and Bomberman Live. Now, I'm not too bothered about Bomberman games, but it's more for Geometry Wars 2. But yeah, so there's a couple of unusual imports from Europe. Let's turn to the American market, eh? A lot of my American viewers may already have this and might be able to pick it up quite cheaply, and I highly recommend it. It's the two Konami compilations. Konami Classics 1, which has got Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Super Contra, and Frogger. Also on the Volume 2, you got Contra, Track and Field, and Rush in Attack. So really good exclusives. Again, I don't know why we didn't get these in Europe. This game, it's an exclusive of sorts. It is a Far Cry compilation. Now, you can get this in PAL territories. Oh, it's a doorbell. I better get that. Sorry about that, guys. That was a delivery for the old missus. Yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, this game. Yeah, you can get this on the PS3 and 360 in the PAL territories, but only on the 360 and not the PS3. I might add, only on the 360 in the States do we get a physical copy of Far Cry Black Dragon on the disc. So in PAL territories you get Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3 and a download code for Far Cry Blood Dragon, but you don't get it on physical disc. So that is an exclusive of sorts. Another NTSC exclusive, which is surprising we never got, is a Telltale game of Jurassic Park. It doesn't play like, I believe, like the normal Telltale games in terms of being like a story mode. I think it's a bit more action adventure and survival, but I haven't played it, to be perfectly honest. So that's one game I do want to play though at some point. Another game which is quite an interesting one. It's like a Japanese anime type game, but based in Nazi Germany. Yeah, so it's even got a picture of Hitler on the back. Japan did release a few weird games with Hitler on their older consoles, but this was released in Europe. I mean in the States. We didn't get it in Europe. I can imagine this wouldn't go down too well in Germany because they don't like anything of that nature in Germany now. But I would have thought it may have got released in UK, but we didn't. Another interesting game is The Darkest of Days. And you may think, oh, this is an American Civil War game. It's actually not just that. It's actually, it involves time travel. You travel to 5 distinct times and locations across the world. And as you can see there, there's a Union soldier, but in his hand he's holding a modern sniper rifle. So quite a cool concept, really. Not played it though, so I can't tell you if it's any good or not. Alright, we've got a couple of exclusive American shooters. So we have Raiden or Raiden. What is it? Raiden or Raiden? Raiden sounds more Japanese, doesn't it? Whereas Raiden sounds like what the West would say. So I don't know what's best. Also got Raiden Fighters. Raiden Fighters Aces. So two really good shooters. These next three games are Xbox Live. They're brought out at the same time as the 360, and Xbox was, still around. So it's like an early game for the 360. And so it's the Burger King trilogy of games which you got in the States with your meals. So you got Big Bumpkin, which I think is like a bumper car type game, a little pocket bike racer game, and a sort of stealthy type game called Sneak King. They're not a lot of money. I think the whole set, all three of these cost me about £120 with shipping to UK. So they're not expensive games, but unusual. Okay, another shooting game which it's based on I think it's based on a Japanese anime. I don't think it's just a Japanese IP, but I think it's an anime maybe as well. It's inspired by Gradius, and it's Optimedia's Excellent. I'm pretty sure, unless I'm mistaken, no, I don't know. Is there like a modern PS4 Optimedia's game? I can't remember now. But that's NTSC. There was another game in Japan called Optimedia's Gorgeous on the 360. What I will do, I know it's a bit of glare, so with these Japanese games, I might pick a big pile up and just bring it forward to a camera so you can see the titles at the end if you're interested in certain games. So that's Optimedia's Gorgeous. Another shooter, which is a two-game combination, pretty pricey, is Muchy Muchy Pork, which is like a cutie bullet hell, and Pink Sweets. Three pricey games, again by Cave, and very good, not cheap. I think I paid about £150 for that years back. I don't know how much more than that it is. It's probably at least that, isn't it? I got another game, Escatos, another bullet hell. Escatos Silver Sword Cardinal Sin, it says on the... Well, What I've done on a lot of these games is, just so I know what the game are, I've done with my label maker, which I highly recommend getting a label maker. It's got the English name of the game on the edge I put on the end of these Japanese games. I highly recommend it, guys. It just makes life so much easier, especially with a lot of games whereby there's no way of telling what the game is on the side. It's not so bad with Saturn game because they do have them on English on the end, don't they? On a Saturn, but some games like the PC Engine CD games, it's all Japanese. Excuse me. Okay, another one. Strike Riches. Now I've got a feeling this one definitely has got a new game on the PS4, unless I'm mistaken. But again, it will be a Japanese exclusive. Again, you play these flying cutie little girls with like animal ears, and you just go around shooting. It's a beautiful game. Right, there's a couple of combinations called Shooting Love. So this one's called Shooting Love 200X, and it's got quite a few games on there like Trizil and Exil, and some shoot 'em up skills test and something else I think it's got as well. So there's, like I said, it's Shooting Love 200X if you're interested in find out about Japanese bullet hells. Right, this one, that's a picture, and it's called. You have to excuse my mispronunciation, not pronunciation, mispronunciation, because I'm going to butcher these. Mamura kun wa no wate shimata. Yeah. If you can make that out, guys, you might be able to read that better then. But yeah. Another shooter, part of the Dodonpachi series. Dodonpachi Sayad Jadru. Again, I'll try and show that on the side, so yeah. But Dodonpachi games are superb. I love the Death Smile first game, and there was a sequel in the States called Death Smiles 2. And I do believe this has got a new release of Death Smile games on the PS4 in Japan. I don't know if it's out yet, and I'm not sure if it's coming to the States. It might be. So they are re-releasing these, I believe, on the PS4. But Death Smiles 2, it's based on Christmassy theme, so you shoot Santa and a monster reindeer and stuff. So pretty cool, and it's a beautiful game. Right, another Shooting Love combination, Shooting Love 10. Well, it says X11, which I think which should be 12 from renewals. So it's Shooting Love 10, 12 Zeal Delta Zeal. Oh, look at that. They don't make it easy, do they, these games? And it's got what's it, 12 Zeal or X Zeal, whatever it's pronounced, and what was it, Alpha Zeal or A Zeal? Yeah, so it must be 12 Zeal plus Delta Zeal. That's what it is. 12 Zeal and Delta Zeal. Okay. Ketsui Kizuna Jikuku Tachi Extra. I do have this on the PS3, and I showed you guys that in my last collection vid. This is a nice box set. It's got another bonus disc. I'm not sure if it's a CD or DVD. A lot of these games usually come with soundtrack CD. Another shooter, another beautiful one. This is a box set, and again, I think it's got a soundtrack CD in it, and a few other goodies. And it's a cave one again, and it's Mushimishama Futari version 1.5. When you collect a lot of these Japanese shooters, sometimes they have a couple of versions of the same game, and it's knowing which ones to go for. And so, you need to do your homework, guys, because some versions are like a new, better version of the older one. So it's worth shopping around. Another Dodonpachi game, Dodonpachi Dialgel Black Label Extra. This one's quite cool. It comes with like a art book or magazine. Again, for your benefit, if you want to see the title. Okay, another box set. This is a cave game. That's not a shooter, not a bullet hell shooter. It's kind of an RPG game that's got some rather risque anime shots. So it's slightly like hentai bits in it, really. And but I think unless you know your Japanese, you would struggle. But it's got your usual amount of boobage, I suppose, and stuff in it. So this is Instant Brain. It's not an expensive game, guys, and this is obviously a box set that comes with, I think it comes with a DVD of sorts and soundtrack or something like that. But it's not expensive. Like I said, Instant Brain, and you can see the images. You get the idea. But it is cave. And it's not expensive, like I said. Alright, a couple of box sets. Bigger box sets. We've got here Espagauda, so I should say, 2 Black Label. And this is cool because it comes with an Xbox 360 faceplate. There is a limited edition of Death Smiles in the West that comes with a limited edition faceplate. I think it may have been an American exclusive. I don't think it came in Europe, unless I'm mistaken. So again, with a lot of these Japanese shooters, sometimes they come with different little box sets as well. So I've got a few box sets, but I haven't got more because sometimes the box set is not much more expensive than the standard, release. And so I would opt for a box set in that case, or it's a little bit more. So sometimes if you spend a lot of money, you might also go for a hog, I think, sometimes. And last but not least, we have Bullet Soul Infinite Burst. Again, this comes with a large magazine or art book. It's a really good shooting game. It's actually Bullet Soul Infinite Burst. Not cheap though, unfortunately. Okay, that's it, guys. That is an insight into my Xbox 360 imports. Like I said, like with a Prey box set, I may have 1 or 2 other imports, which are like box sets, which aren't here. But again, it's not supposed to be an exclusive list. There'll be hundreds of more, no doubt, exclusives. I mean, not so much as, well, at least box sets. You know what I mean? It's about and with Japan, there's loads of exclusive games that you will never get because they're probably RPGs and stuff like that, or sports exclusives and stuff like that, which I'm not that bothered about. So yeah, it's a little taster, guys, of my 360 imports, and I got another 360. It's a brilliant console, like the PS3. That's I think it's one of the last best generations. Really, I mean, we can't complain about PS4. We're getting some pretty good games with PS4. But I think the question mark with a lot of PS4 games is that are we guaranteed that they always will be playable in the future, given the fact that sometimes as soon as you buy the game there's a massive update needed or whatever, whereas I think with the 360 and the PS3 games, they will always play out the box, even if it has been a subsequent update, they'll usually always play anyway. So at least they've got a bit of protection that generation, whereas PS4 and Xbox One, I'm not so sure how safe things are, but then again, these days with the internet, even if you do need to have like a download patch or something like that, there'll probably be, excuse me, I just cut myself shaving there in this one. There's probably there's a way around these things, isn't there? There probably will be in the future, so I don't think it's going to stop the more resourceful people out there, because if you think about it, if you can add patches to games, like language patches and stuff like that, to old NES games and everything else, why can't you do patches with your systems if they've been hacked and so forth in the future? So I think there'll probably be ways around this, if we did get there. But anyway, I digressed a little bit. Do I ever digress? Yes. Okay. Take care, guys. Until next time. Bye.